or watches me live yet. I just like the idea that maybe somebody would find my channel randomly streaming and be like, hey, I like that channel. But for anybody else who happens to find this while we're live or after the fact, I guess I might as well give you some useful information for farming thin jellies for the bee mount. Number one piece of useful information is I would not attempt to farm thin jellies for the bee mount until I had flying. I recently got flying because I was very late coming back to this expansion, and I would say that a lot of the places that you need to be able to get to in order to farm these things, you have to have flying. Otherwise it's going to be a nightmare and it's going to take you forever. Like, it will literally take you longer to, farm the thin jellies. Oh, it disappeared. It will take you longer to farm the thin jellies without flying than it would take you just to get flying and then do the thin jelly farming. Ah, I found the culprit. She's got a cute moose though. Anyways, so yeah, number one is get flying. Don't even attempt it without it because you'll just get frustrated and you'll hate yourself. Secondly, if you have flying and you are at the point where you need to farm the hell out of thin jellies to get your bee mount, I would suggest just staying around the area of the hive. In Stormsong Valley there are a ton of jelly deposits. You can see here from my farming that I've done is that you can see they're all over here. There is not, I take that back, I was going to say there's not a single mob up here that you'll have to fight, but there is usually the honeyback harvester world, I don't want to say world boss, he's not a world boss, but the elite that's up here. Here he is. And I have not killed him yet today, so you can see that his little outline here is silver, and you'll get reputation and thin jellies from killing him. But I would say wait until you have a group of people to do it, because I hear that the faster that you kill him, the more loot you get. So there's tidbit there. Okay, so first one was get flying. Second one is to stay around the hive area and just farm here, because there's a ton of jellies in this area. Number three was just what you saw. I was actually up against a tree. There are nodes that hide out on the side of trees, and that are thin jellies. And you'll find them every now and then. They look really weird. I don't understand why they're there. I've never seen any form of thin jelly or honey or a hive of any kind in real life look like that, but this is a video game, so they can do whatever they want. Number four is I would highly suggest farming on a druid, or really any other toon that is level 120 and has gathering professions, because there's a lot of other things to gather up here, and it just kind of helps break up the monotony if you have something else to gather while you're doing the thin jelly farming, because it does take a long time. I'm on day 3, I think day 3 or 4 straight of farming this stuff, and I have a very long way to go. So, and I'm a casual player, so I am by no means a guru. I don't get to play 8 hours a day. I get a couple hours in, maybe 3 hours in if I'm lucky, and that's a maybe. But yeah, I would just stay in this area because, I mean, this is the only area that I even attempt to go to where there are mobs at, but just because it's so close to the rest of the mountain. But yeah, you can totally get away with farming this stuff without even getting out of bird mode, which is what I really like about farming on a druid. I would totally suggest farming on a druid if you have a level 120 druid because it just speeds everything up. And I know it sounds kind of silly, but the amount of time that you spend mounting and dismounting, I'm sure adds up over time. I have by no means done a calculation to see how much time it actually saves you, but at least it gives me peace of mind to think that I am saving as much time as possible. Oh, I want that druid now. I have not done the quest, mostly because this toon, this druid toon, is not my main by any means. I really don't play her that often, and so I've really only leveled her to do farming, and then when this jelly farming came around, I was like, okay, well that's perfect, we'll just use her. Oh, okay, tip number 5. Are we on number 5? I don't remember. Anyways, tip whatever this number is. When you go to your system menu, oops, sorry, totally misclicked. Not the right click. So go to your system menu, and under graphics you'll see at the very bottom left of the page it'll say ground clutter, and you'll want to take that all the way down to 1, because if you don't, there's all kinds of other things that Blizzard has built into the foliage on the ground that can make it more difficult to see the jelly deposits. So I didn't necessarily go in order of importance. I probably should have scripted this, but I didn't. This is live and I'm doing what I want. So if I had to rank it in order of importance, I would probably say flying is definitely number 1. Ground cover down to 1 would be probably my number 2. And then I'm going to help this guy kill this honey smasher real quick. And the other ones, they're all whatever level of importance. They're not going to make or break you. It's just going to adjust the level of convenience that it brings you. So, God, that would happen. My dungeon would pop right now. I'm going to leave queue because dungeons are going pretty quickly right now, probably in the 15-minute range because it's Friday night and everybody wants to play WoW, which makes sense because it's amazing. So yeah, we don't have a whole lot of people DPSing this honey smasher, so I don't expect to get a ton of loot, because from what I hear, the faster you kill him, the more loot you get. I don't know if that's verified, it's just what I heard. It's what's going around the rumor mill. So, oh man, everybody has so many cool mounts. I feel like my hiatus from Blizzard took a toll on my pets and mounts that I have, but that just means that I get more opportunities to farm them and make cool videos about them so that you guys know how to do it if you ever need to. So, it was a long week. And where I live, we recently just got a bunch of snow. So I'm spending my time inside because when it comes to snow, like, snow can be fun. I just have to be in the right mood for it. And right now we're in the middle of winter, so I'm kind of over it. And it's just so cold. I'm done being cold. I'm the kind of person where I'm cold all the time, and the only way for me to warm up is to take a scalding hot shower, but I love it. I love taking scalding hot showers. I will literally come out of the shower looking like a lobster that just came out of a boiling pot, and it just feels so good to me. I love it, and so many people are just like, what are you doing? I have sensitive skin too on top of that, so I look super beet red. I probably look like I have some kind of skin disease, but that's okay. That is okay. Oh, come on, Honey Smasher. Let's get this show on the road. As you can see, my DPS is a pretty meager 11, 12k area. It's getting worse because I'm not paying that much attention to it. But yeah, this toon, she doesn't have a lot of gear yet. I guess she's up to 375 now, but literally, like, I've only done some dungeons with her. I haven't really gone raiding with her because she's not my main, and I don't plan to play her a whole lot. Like, I don't have time to have several toons that I level and gear, so I really just pay attention and gear up one toon. But she's just so useful for farming. I just had to have her ready to go, and at least at a point where she can fight things off if somebody comes up to her and wants to try and eat her for lunch. So I decided to get her some reasonable gear. That way I don't get murdered if I try and venture somewhere other than this mountaintop. This friendly mountaintop with nothing but deer and rabbits. Which, by the way, the rabbits also look like thin jellies from the air. Like when you're soaring above and you see something golden and then you see it move, you're like, ah, I know that's a bunny. So many bunnies. But they're super cute. I do like that Blizzard puts in so much extra detail in here. Like, I have no idea how much effort it takes to code and build all of this, but I can imagine it's probably not a small feat to build an entire world this massive. Ooh, look, a large jelly. We got 4. That's nice. That's always nice. This person's been hanging out on this mountaintop for a while. Look. Oh, okay, that looked large too, but I guess it's a regular. What's this dude doing? He's just hanging out here. Apparently he is the leader of a party. Oh, he's awake. Hello, sir. What are you doing? Life Robin. He's a warlock? Oh, I guess he's like soul stealing. That's cool. I kind of wish he had 2 bees there, but that's cool. Hey, buddy. Oh, I like your belt. Neato, buddy. Alright, on the road again. Here we go. Help. What does he need help with? Let's see what's up. What's up, dude? I like helping people. Uh-oh, cat's meowing. Everybody needs help right now. Oh my goodness. I wonder what server he's from. Can you tell here? Oasis Doomhammer. I don't know what he wants, but I'm guessing he wants to kill these people. He must be a very slow typer. I don't know what quest he's talking about, because I've never had a quest up here. Why don't we group up? Oh, he's already in a party. He's already in a party! I want to help you, dude, but you gotta tell me what to do. What do you need help with? Come on! I mean, if it's just as simple as killing this dude, I'll help you. I mean, I'll need your dude for tanking, but I'll help you. Alright. Alright, man, let's do it. Sorry if my keyboard's like super clackety. I bought this Neato keyboard that lights up rainbow underneath it, and the like lights go underneath the keys and across the keyboard. Alright, man, let's go. Come on. I don't have all day. Oh snap, they're coming from everywhere. I didn't know what I was signing up for. Hopefully I don't die. As long as he can keep all those ads under control, I think I can handle this dude. I've never had this quest. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, boop, boop. Deep, deep, deep. Uh-oh. I'm getting ads. Get them off me! Oh, we got this. This is easy. What? Oh, I guess his pet died. Poor pet. Alright, buddy. Alright, dude. Have fun. Bye. Ah, and we're on the road again. Alright. I like helping people. I miss that social aspect of WoW. I miss it being so crowded to where, like, if you were struggling, somebody was around that you could ask for help. I don't feel like that's the case anymore. And I really do like helping people. Like, what else am I doing with my life where I can't spare a few minutes to help somebody? Like, no, I'm on the super important mission to collect jellies and I can't spare 2 minutes to help you. Oh. I do miss how social WoW used to be, though. Like, you could even just, like, find somebody in your area to quest with, and I feel like people don't know that anymore. What's happening over here? I feel like I have not seen this before. Maybe I just didn't come over here enough. Maybe I was too far away. I couldn't actually see the mobs before. Oh. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, so just farming my little booty off. Hopefully gonna be done sometime in my lifetime. But I am gonna sign up for a dungeon because it does help to break up the time chunks to where I don't end up wanting to gouge my eyes out from looking at this mountain constantly. So yeah, just having some fun. Hopefully gonna have my B mount sometime soon. I remember, so for those of you who don't know, I took a long hiatus from WoW. Probably almost 2 years. And ooh, rich jelly. Anyways, so I took a long hiatus from WoW just because I don't even remember the reason at the time. I just felt like I needed something else, and I just got bored, and I felt like it was a job more than anything, because Blizzard likes to build in a lot of grinding into the game, and I get why they do it, because they want you to take your time and not blow through all the content that took them years to build, you know, and blow through it in a month. So I get why they do it. It's just, it gets very tedious sometimes, so I wish they were able to build in something like levels of grinding within the grind, if that makes any sense. But anyways, so yeah, I took a hiatus. I don't even remember where I was going with that story. I forget. Oh, somebody already looted it. But I don't know, maybe I'll try and just pick up where I left off. I took a long hiatus, and when I came back, my guild was completely dead. There were a lot of people that hadn't logged on in over a year, and I was one of those people. And so I decided that I would stay in the guild for at least a few months to see if anybody else would come back, log on, and, you know, we could hang out and do cool stuff together, you know. Do hood rat stuff with my friends. And so it's been like probably 3 months now. Maybe 2 to 3 months. And like the only other person that logs on is this one guy who's super cool, and I like him, but we don't really talk a lot while he's on, because I think he's in the same boat where it's very casual for him. Like, he wants to get on, he wants to get his stuff done, and then he goes to bed. So it's not like uber social time when he's on. It's like he's on a mission to get his stuff done, and chatting is not his main priority. And I get that. So for me, I stayed in the guild because I have this kind of like, I don't know, weird loyalty left over, because when I first started WoW, I was brought into the game by a guy that I was dating at the time, and I didn't really know anything about it other than like the weird like jokes you hear people make about it, about how people who play WoW, you know, they'll play themselves to death, they'll forget to eat, or they'll just wet their pants because they can't get up and go to the bathroom, and that's like all of the stuff that I heard about it, and so I was a little scared to even start playing the game. I was a little hesitant to even play, and I think he was a little embarrassed to tell me that he played, because I think he knew that currently at that time, this was like 10 years ago, at that time those were the major rumors, because WoW was, I don't want to say the only game of its kind, but I mean it could have been back then, I don't know, I'm not a guru, I don't know all this stuff, so I mean, but it was a major game that everybody knew about in some form or another, and just it was very well known for being addictive, I guess I'll say. But he let me play one of his tunes, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, and I love games anyway. I had a PlayStation, I had played PC games a lot, And so he thought it'd be right up my alley. I kind of felt like it'd be too much for me. Like, at first, at first I was like, I don't think I'm geeky. God, these keep disappearing. I must be like right behind somebody. But anyways, I just felt like, at the time I was like, no, I think I'm too cool for WoW. Like, I'm not the traditional, like, geeky person that stays inside all day and never talks to people. I consider myself to be, and let me go back for a second, there's nothing wrong with that. So, don't take that offensively if that's the kind of person you are. There is nothing wrong with that. But that's just not who I am. And so, I'm pretty social. I like hanging out with people. I am, the way I'd classify myself is I'm an ambivert. Like, there are times where I really want to be around people and I want to hang out and I want to see people and be social. And then there's times where I'm just like, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay in and just relax and chill. Like, I could go either way. And I think most people are like that. Some people are on one extreme or the other in terms of the spectrum, but I think most people, I think naturally we crave social interaction. And so I really like socializing in WoW. It's something that I've always enjoyed, and you know, people don't know who you are, so you can be goofy and silly and just be crazy and do whatever you want to do, and nobody knows who you are. It's not like they can call you out at work and be like, you said this to me on WoW and it was really weird and you're just a weird person. So sometimes I just like to be weird and goofy, and I want that to be part of my online life and maybe not necessarily part of my real life. And you just get to express parts of yourself that you might not get to express in real life. And I kind of like that about WoW. Or really any computer game that has an online feature to it. I've been talking a lot. I don't normally talk this much. I kind of want to turn around directions and see if I can see if I'm following anybody. I feel like I'm way behind on this mount. We're in patch 8.3 and I'm still farming for this mount, which is fine because I didn't really start on it until I got flying, which was relatively recently, and that took forever. Flying took me a long time, mostly because I took breaks because I felt like it was a job and I felt like it was tedious, but I think it felt like that mostly because everybody else has flying and I don't. And I think that's why it felt tedious. If I had been around more people who I think everybody was, you know, stuck on the ground, I think I would be okay. But just like seeing somebody fly by while you're stuck on the ground creates this insane amount of jealousy where I'm like, I'm so done with this ground mount. I just want to be done. So yeah. It's kind of like you just want the toys that everybody else is playing with. You don't want your own toys. I don't know why Blizzard chose to put bees and stuff into this expansion, but I really like it. I like bees a lot. I think they're super cute and adorable. And I would totally have beehives on my property if I could. My yard isn't quite big enough for city limits in order to have like a beehive, because you have to have it a certain amount away from your neighbors' yards, because obviously it's a safety issue since bees, some people are highly allergic to bees. I definitely don't want to kill any of my neighbors. So that will have to wait until a different chapter in my life where I have a different house and a different property where I can have bees, but I just think they're so cute. And I think they get a bad rap because they get lumped in with other, like there's multiple types of bees. And I had to look this up even not too long ago, like maybe a year or two ago. I just thought bees were bees. And I ended up having a hive of yellow jackets on my property. I had like a compost pile that was had basically, it was soft dirt, so it was easy for the bees to basically create an underground burrow, because I guess yellow jackets create burrows in the ground that they live in, or hives, whatever you want to call it. And so I was out in my backyard one day using some of my compost for my garden, and I must have touched the nest for the yellow jackets, because I had a couple yellow jackets come out, and I didn't know. I thought bees were all the same, so I was like, oh look, honeybees, that's so cute. I was like, I'd never seen them in the ground before, but at the time I didn't know it was like an underground hive. I just thought they were crawling around on the ground for some reason. And so I saw a few of them come out, and I was like, oh, I must have done something to irritate a few of them, so I'm just going to leave the area. And I wandered about probably 30 feet away or so, and one of them followed me, and I had gardening gloves on, thank God, but it was crawling around on my glove, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, he's so cute. And then I see his little butt going up and down, and I don't know what normal behavior for a little bee is, but I didn't feel anything on my hand yet, so I didn't think that he was like really trying to get at me to sting me. And then all of a sudden he made contact with my hand through the glove at one of the, I guess, thin points. And oh my God, that was the first time I'd ever been stung by a bee. And I was in my early 30s. And yeah, I guess I'm lucky to go that long without ever being stung. My poor brother, I think his first interaction with a bee was, I think he was maybe 8. Somewhere between 6 and 8. That poor guy. We were at something called the Renaissance Festival. I don't know how many cities have them. Ah, I found him. I found you. Stealing my honey. Just kidding, it's not mine. But anyways, my poor brother, we were at the Renaissance Festival, which is basically like a medieval festival that they throw in some certain cities. Oh, my cat's meowing at me. To celebrate the medieval times and do role playing, and I like to go just because they have a lot of vendors that sell cool stuff there, and I like to find homemade stuff or see what people are making and all that jazz. And so we went there, and my brother got a hot apple cider, and he wasn't paying attention to his cup, and a bee had also found his hot apple cider and decided that it was tasty. And my brother, being very young and not really paying attention to what he's doing, went to go take a drink of his apple cider, and basically his lip landed right on the bee, and the bee decided to sting him. So poor little guy had a swollen lip and a really bad day, and I felt bad for him. So yes, I guess I feel lucky for not having been stung well into, well, I won't say well into my 30s, but for 30 some odd years. Anyways, I go off on tangents a lot, if you haven't noticed already. I don't apologize, though, because it leads to some interesting conversations with myself. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, how cute bees are, and how there are different types of bees. So yellow jackets are aggressive, and as far as I know, they don't have anything to do with honey production. They're just jerks, and they actually attack other bees like honeybees, and what they'll do is they'll go into their hives and basically like hijack them so that they can take the honey for the winter and basically live off the honey that the honeybees collected. So they're thieves. And so I don't feel bad for killing yellow jackets because they don't really serve a purpose. They don't create honey. They may pollinate some flowers, I'm not sure, but I would much rather get rid of the yellow jacket bees so that honeybees can thrive. And so that's what I had to do with my compost pile, is basically I had to fumigate it to get rid of them because I couldn't go anywhere near it without tons of bees coming out trying to murder me. So hopefully nobody is furious with me about that. I don't like killing anything. Like I don't even kill spiders. Like I have a basement and it's not finished, and I get spiders down there every now and then. Now I mean big spiders, like spiders that are probably not like the body is the size of my palm, but like with legs and everything. I have small hands, just for reference. But yeah, like the body with the legs can sometimes get up to the size of the palm of my hand. And I don't want to squish something like that. That thing's massive. Who knows how old it is or whatever. And they do serve a purpose. They kill things like crickets and other bugs that are annoying and make annoying sounds. So, wow, there's a lot of people on the mountain today. But, so yeah, I don't even kill spiders. I don't kill anything unless I absolutely have to. And you know what's funny is that once you deal with spiders, I know that nobody likes spiders, and I'm not saying like I love spiders. They're not cute and cuddly by any means. But I will say the more that you interact with them, the less afraid you become. Because, you know, everybody starts out being terrified of spiders. They're just creepy looking things. And when I had that massive spider in my basement that I had to relocate, because I'm not squishing that thing in my house and I'm not cleaning up after that squish. I basically got a clear bowl and put it on top of him, like a clear plastic bowl, and then you take a piece of paper and you slide it under the bowl and under the spider to trap it in that bowl, and then you pick up the bowl and the piece of paper with the spider in between so you don't have to touch it. It's not touching you. It can't get out. And I just take it outside and I throw it in the yard. So that's my spider catching tip of the day. I also have snakes in my yard. I don't know where they come from. I don't spray any like pesticides or anything in my yard, so I think somebody else just got this node. No, it's still here. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna make it. But yeah, I don't spray anything in my yard in terms of pesticides or anything that'll kill animals or insects. Mostly because of bees. Let's see if I can get this. Oh snap! I got it! Okay. Because I want the bees to stay alive, and when you spray pesticides and stuff, like pesticides are the number one. Pesticides and, what's the other word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. My brain's going blank. It's like parasites. Pesticides and parasites. Those are the two big killers for honeybees, and so I really try not to use pesticides. And I don't have a lush green lawn of grass. Like, I have a lot of shade in my front yard, so I try and plant grass to get rid of the weeds, but it's not like top of my priority list. My yard looks nice and I keep it upkept, but I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it has to be perfect green lush lawn, and I spray pesticides and herbicides every 3 weeks or whatever. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it to kill a whole bunch of insects and plants to just have a green yard. Like, if I had it my way, I would have garden. Like, my whole yard would just be garden. That's it. I would just grow a bunch of food. I would even grow food for other people. Like, I would have a front yard garden, and I would just have a sign that says, take what you want. Take what you want. Like, I have a problem with collecting seeds. Like, they have these things called seed exchanges, at least in my area. And basically what you do is you go and the way they work in my area is if you don't have any seeds to bring with you to exchange, you can still take some seeds of some varieties, and then next year you come back with those same varieties of seeds because you save seeds from whatever you grow, and then you just bring those and donate them next year. It's a really cool program, and I love it, and I have literally binders of seeds of all different kinds. I have flowers and vegetables, fruits, all kinds of stuff. Like, but the main one that I have the most of is tomatoes. I probably have at least 70 different varieties of tomatoes. And for those of you who are thinking, wow, you are crazy, I'll just tell you right now, there's over 1,000 different varieties of tomatoes. There's purple ones, there's yellow ones, there's orange, there's indigo. I guess indigo and purple are the same thing. But they come in so many different colors, flavors, textures. Like, it is crazy. For those of you who think they're the only kind of tomatoes are the ones that are in the grocery stores, you are missing out. I know most people have seen like the heirloom tomatoes, but heirloom is not really a variety. Heirloom is something normally that you call a tomato if you don't really know the variety, but it's been possibly crossbred with other varieties and you just don't know the origin of that tomato. And so it's just kind of a mixed bag. When somebody calls it an heirloom tomato, they're basically saying, I have no idea what varieties have been crossed into this tomato, but it's delicious. So, but yeah, I have tons of different varieties of tomatoes, and I love growing them, and they're so incredibly delicious. Like a BLT with a homegrown tomato, there are very few things that are better than that. But yes, I'm super nerdy and I collect seeds. It probably comes with the territory because I got my degree in biology. And right after that, my first job was at a micropropagation company. And micropropagation is basically just the cloning of plants in a non-dirt substrate. Basically, instead of dirt, you have a gelled... it's kind of like, think of Jello, but instead of sugar... Well, I mean, you still have sugar, but... I'm trying to think of a good way to explain this. Think of Jello, only with added nutrients to support plant life, and it's in a sterile container. Like, that's what micropropagation is. And they use it for a lot of different things. Like, I think a lot of people don't know that companies like Dole that create strawberries and bananas, when they create new farms, or not even new farms, but like every year when they get ready to grow their crops and stuff like that, they clone their plants so that every single plant is identical. That way they can keep the taste and the flavor and the quality of the food that they produce at the same level. I'm getting really off target. I'm not talking about WoW at all. I kind of feel bad for not like providing really any value regarding WoW, but I also like to talk about random things because I feel like some people just don't get exposed to random topics, and you really should. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay. Oh, he reset. That's no good. Did he reset because of me? Probably. I'm a loser. What am I doing? Ugh. It was me! Alright, we'll get down. Wait, where'd he go? Did you kill him? There's no way. There we go. There he is. Where is everybody going? But yeah, micropropagation is a really cool subject, and I knew nothing about it before I started that last job, and my current job has nothing to do with that. I currently work in finance, but it's a really cool subject, and I think micropropagation is awesome, and it's incredibly useful for plants that are difficult to grow or to clone or to, like, think about, what's a good example? I'm thinking, if you think of like a tree, like the Chinese maple tree, it is difficult to propagate by seed. And so a good way to clone them or propagate them to, make more of them is to do it in a micropropagation setting, to where you're taking a little piece of the plant, cutting it up sterilely, and then putting it into a growth substrate, and it just grows in that sterile environment. And then you do this process where you slowly open the container and allow fresh air to get in there so that it acclimates to the actual humidity of normal air, because when it's just sitting in a closed container with this gelled substrate, it's got like basically 100% humidity, which is not what the real world is like. So you have to have an acclimation period. Where is this dude? Oh, somebody died. What happened? Where is this guy going? Jamal! I got you, bro. Let's see who's faster. Oh, it's me! I'm gonna get him! Maybe. Was it me? I don't know. I don't know, man. But yes. Plants are cool. Plants do a lot of really cool things that I think most people don't know about. Like, when certain plants are hurt, and when I say hurt, I mean like, let's say a deer is chewing on them, and so it breaks open the leaves. What are we doing? We're going all out, man. But yeah, so like when plants get hurt, this is loud. When plants get hurt, like say a deer's chewing on a leaf or something, they emit, I don't want to say pheromones. I don't know if they're technically pheromones. But anyways, they emit chemicals that other animals can smell. So for instance, there's wasps. There's wasps that are sensitive to this chemical and they can smell it. And so what happens is they're actually called parasitic wasps. And so they'll follow the scent back to the plant in hopes of finding another insect to lay their eggs in, and that's why they're called parasitic wasps, is because they lay their eggs in these insects, and then their eggs basically kill the insect from the inside out by the larvae essentially eating them while they're growing. And so it's a very brutal way to go, I can imagine. I can't imagine that that's fun. But that's what life is about, I guess. The circle of life. Come on, guys. We gotta get these totems down. Totes my goats. There we go. Now we're ready to go. But yeah, and so like if you think about it, plants, the way they grow towards the sun, so they have these receptors that basically tell them where they are absorbing sunlight the most, and so they know which direction to grow towards. Oh my gosh. So much slime. Do I need this? I think I already have this. I already have it. Boop, boop, boop. Where you going, dude? Are you naked? I think this dude is naked. Oh, that's funny. I am not in mooncake form. That usually helps. Druid is definitely not my forte. They need to get him out of this stuff. There we go. Like, Shadow Priest is where my brain is at. I think I've got a good Shadow Priest roll going. But yeah, as far as Druid goes, I'm definitely not the master. I think I know it just well enough to survive and do a reasonable amount of DPS. Doop, doop, doop. Boop, boop, boop. I'm excited. I'm going on vacation in less than a week now. Is it less than a week? Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to check the calendar, but it's very close. Die! Okay, I was clicking the wrong button. Usually helps. Oh, I don't want to be over here because I'm going to get feared into stuff. I'm going to get feared into the middle, and that's not fun. Alright, let's roll. Roll out! Oh, snap. We're gonna die. I'm a little dramatic. If you can't tell, we're just killing like normal mobs, and I'm like, we're gonna die! I just like having fun with it. Life is too short to be that serious. It's too short. Oh, there's my interrupt. And I did not make it. I tried. A for effort, right? That's how that works. Boop, boop, boop. Come on. Everything died. Damn! Beiketsu is slamming it. Killing it, bro. I don't really say bro a lot. I just think it's really funny to say. So it's been my, like, new favorite thing for a while. Oh, what are we doing here? What's happening? Where's the tank going? He's just going, man. He's going. Alright, we're going. Run! It doesn't hurt that bad. Let's go. Dang, he is just getting it all done. Taking care of business. I like it. Oh, okay. Just coming after me like that. Do, do, do. God, that guy is killing it. 43, 41,000. That's nuts. That is nuts, bro. I probably should invest in a quieter keyboard and mouse, but I just bought this keyboard and I love it. The only bad thing is it's wired because it makes this like rainbow bright color pattern underneath the keys. And it's gorgeous and I love it. I'm a very colorful person. I love anything that's colorful or like rainbow. But I'll admit I have a special obsession with rose gold. It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I love everything rose gold, and it's getting to the point where it's bad enough where my friends are worried about me having maybe a little too many things in rose gold. But I can't help it, it's so pretty. I love it. Where have we lost people? Oh, he got stuck over here. What's happening? Are we still missing somebody? I feel like we're still missing somebody. Oh yeah. What is he doing? I don't know. Whatever. We're gonna make it. I better back it up. Oh, I didn't mean to use that. We're gonna do one of these numbers. Die me! That was really quick. That was nice. Oh, I got something. Look at this. I have a level 162 trinket. That is insane. Dun dun dun. I'll be glad to get rid of that. Oops. Thank you, everybody. I always like to say thanks to everybody. I feel like it's a common courtesy and it takes me 2 seconds to do. Plus I feel a lot more social when I do that. Every now and then I like to fart around and just in like normal, like general chat, I'll just be like, who wants to be my friend? I'm so lonely. Because I honestly am. I feel like all my friends have left the game, so it's like when you get older and a lot of your friends move away and you're like sitting at home and you don't have anybody to call to go do stuff with and you're like, man, I really need to make new friends. Like that's where I'm at right now with WoW. I need to make new friends to talk to. I have 3 on. No, 4 on. I can't count. Oh, wait, was there something over there? Or was that a deer? Look at these deers, they're just chilling. I said deers. Deer is the plural of deer. Oh, grammar lesson for today. Oh, getting some jellies. I think it's weird how there's like, oh, that one gave me 3. I don't remember that happening before. I was just about to say, I feel like these individual jellies should give you 1, and then like the other multiple jellies should give you more than 1. And that one did, but I don't feel like it normally does. Honey badger. I feel like they should have somehow worked in a honey badger into this whole honey business. Like, instead of honey smasher, it really should have been honey badger. That would have been awesome. That would have been amazing. Because that way they could have built it in like a... I missed one over there. I gotta go back for it. They could have built it in like a whole storyline, like you're killing the honey badger because he's trying to eat the honey from the rest of the bees, and so you're trying to save the hive by killing the honey badger. That would have been awesome. That would have been a very compelling story. Although I guess honey badgers are really hard to kill. I don't really know. It's not like I've ever tried, but I feel like you see them on the Discovery Channel, and they're doing crazy stuff like fighting viper snakes and stuff, and it's just nuts. It is just nuts. I'm pretty sure either I did at some point or thought about it, about getting a shirt that said Honey Badger Don't Care, because I really like that. I like the fact that there's some kind of animal that looks cute that's out there that just, like, a viper can bite it and inject venom, and it's just like, oh, whatever, I'll just nap for a few minutes and I'll be over it, you know? I just feel like that's craziness, and I love it. You have this cute little thing that looks like a weasel or an otter almost. And then you have this viper, and it's like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care about your poison, I'll be fine. I guess it's not poison, it's venom. It's venomous. It's venomous when it's injected, it's poisonous if it's something that you can eat and it makes you sick. Let's see here. At least that's how I learned to distinguish the difference between poisonous and venomous. I think poisonous is if it's ingested, venomous is if it's injected. Feel free to correct me in the comments if you feel differently or if you have proof to the contrary, because I always like learning new things, and if I'm wrong, I want to know. I'm usually not wrong. I'll just put that out there, but I will say that I have been known from time to time to be incorrect. So, oh, come on, get it. See, that one gave me 1, and that was like a three-fer thing. It looked like it had 3 little nodes on it. It's deceiving. This thing is also very distracting, this missions board. It's like lighting up, trying to tell me I need to go look at it. I'm busy right now. I don't want to go back all the way to my little town and check on everything. Whoever was up here must have left to go do something, because there's a ton of jelly now. I was having a hard time finding it earlier. Tough time. Wow, it's everywhere. Yeah, I would totally recommend this mountain if you are just farming for jellies, because you don't have to worry about really any mobs attacking you. And they are in abundant supply. Like, they are everywhere. Wait, I think I missed one. There's another one over here. So yeah, and since my tune here, oh, it was a bunny. I swear, they get me every time. Every time. I'm like, oh, there's one. And then, nope, it's a cute little bunny. Let's see. Are we almost done? Wait, what's that? It's a bunny. Okay. Let's check it out. I know I'm nowhere near done. I did get the bee past the larval stage, though, so that's nice. I need to sell a bunch of stuff. I hate when I have cluttered bags. It's very distracting. Luckily I have my Traveler Tundra mount. Yeah. Let's do some healing. Or repairing, I guess. And I have bag, I think it's called Bagnon. I forget what the add-on is. Let's check real quick. Yeah, Bagnon. I use Bagnon to organize all my bags and just make it all one big bag. And you can use this feature called Cleanup. And it separates out all the stuff in your bags and puts all the gray stuff at the top so you know what you can sell. You don't have to go picking and choosing through your bag. You can just sort it real quick and then sell all the trash. I know they have other apps that will just automatically sell the trash for you, but sometimes Blizzard is sneaky and there are items that are grays that you actually want to keep. So I like that this will sort it for me and I can still get to pick out which ones I want to sell. Because I've tried the other ones in the past and then it accidentally auto vendors stuff for me that I wanted to keep. And then I look for it later and then I'm like, oh, it sold it for me. And then I'm bummed. I don't want to deal with that. So I like the compromise that Bagnon gives me where it just shows me where it is and then I can go from there. Alright, we are going to do 25. Man, look at that good math. 25, and I have 6 left. I am so awesome, you guys. That quick math. Alright, let's see how close we get. Like, this is... this is gonna take me so long. I got up to the 1 tick mark. Oh my gosh. My goodness. We got 1562 out of all that. Oh man. Holy moly. Only 5,500 to go, guys. Can't wait. It's so exciting. It's worth it though. I've seen other people on that B mount and it just looks so freaking cute. I must have it. I also have this other add-on that lets me zoom way out from my tune. I really like to see a whole lot around me. I don't like it when I feel like I'm looking at my screen like this. It's just really annoying to me. Like, I want to be able to feel like I can see a ton of stuff around me. I think it's called like Mag Cam or something like that. I'm terrible with add-on names. Sorry if I've been calling them apps. I use the term interchangeably and I probably shouldn't. Max Cam, that's what it's called. In case you're wondering. Because I really like that. Was somebody? No, that was a bird. I thought somebody just flew past me. But yeah, I used to use a ton more add-ons when I was really active in like raiding and stuff back in the day. But since I just came back to WoW couple months ago, I'm still kind of taking it easy and just getting back into the game. I would like to get to a point where I am raiding on a set couple nights during the week, because I just feel like, you know, it's almost like a social activity where you know you're going to go hang out with your friends and it gets you out of the funk of just going home from work and sitting on the couch and watching TV all night and just zoning out. Like, I don't do that anyway, but I actually have a business that I'm trying to grow, so I use WoW to take a break from that, because if you don't, you'll just drive yourself crazy. So, but yeah, I usually am not sitting in front of the TV every night. I'm usually working on my laptop until the early morning hours, but I feel like you have to take a break or you're just going to drive yourself crazy, and then you're going to burn out, and then you're just going to quit completely. So I don't want to do that, so I like to pace myself. I don't know what this person needs again. I'm a little hesitant to ask if he needs something else, because I know there's a lot of players in WoW that will just continually ask you to help them with everything. And I don't mind helping every now and then, but I'm not going to follow you around and do every quest for you. I don't think that's what this guy wants, but I'm always a little hesitant to continue helping somebody, because I just don't want to set that precedent that, hey, I'll do everything for you. I have no problem helping in that last situation that we were in, because, yeah, that would be difficult to do by yourself. Oh my god, I got it! Did I get it? No, I didn't. God, that fox is really giving it to me. Oh my god, I got it. Ah! I am not getting this. This thing. Ah, it's gone. Alright, fine. Just be that way. I don't want you anyway. Silly jelly. Sorry if you can hear me taking a drink. I just started streaming, and I really decided to start doing it. Oh, here we go again. I got it. I decided to start streaming because I think part of it was loneliness, and I wanted to feel like I felt like maybe there's other people out there like myself who just kind of want to listen to somebody else talk while they're playing WoW. Like, I don't even care if people watch what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything incredibly exciting, at least at the moment. And so I just kind of feel like it's something to listen to while you're playing WoW, and if you want to watch me play WoW, that's cool too. Whatever you want to do, man. But I feel like it reduces the loneliness, I guess, is the best way to put it, or like the just feeling like you're alone when you're playing. I don't know, I found another channel that I like to watch while I'm playing WoW, and when I don't want to be talking, it's just nice to listen to somebody else talk about WoW and other random things while you're playing WoW. It's just kind of relaxing. So I decided that maybe I would be one of those people who would create content for other people playing WoW. Because we're all one big community, and I want to be everybody's friend. Like, literally, I would love to be able to just know everybody on WoW and be like, hey man, what's up? How's it going? Maybe I just don't have enough real life friends, and that's why I'm like, please talk to me. I want to be your friend. Making everybody on WoW be my friend. That's not true. I have I won't say a lot of friends. I have good quality friends in my life outside of WoW, so. And I think that's important. I don't think the number of friends that you have is important, but I do think the quality of your friends is important. I would much rather have a small number of friends that know me pretty well than 1,000 people that are just acquaintances. So, but that's my personal preference. Everybody gets something different from friendship, and everybody enjoys different things, so. I feel like if I was on my priest, my shadow priest, I would help that person kill that honey smasher, but this tune does not do as much damage, but I think she could. She's getting close. Priests don't really have much burst damage like I was talking about earlier. But they definitely have a lot of survivability. And I really truly enjoy playing my priest. This thing's hiding in here. You see that? That thing's tiny. Just hiding in that little bush. I feel like Bob Ross. I'm probably dating myself here, but I really like watching Bob Ross. Like, it's so nice to fall asleep to. You can just listen to him talk about painting happy trees, and you can hear his brushstrokes on his canvas, and he's just such a nice person. He reminds me of Mr. Rogers. Which, speaking of, there's that Mr. Rogers movie that they just made, and I really want to see it. It looks really interesting. Somebody on one of my social media channels posted a video of Mr. Rogers at I think it was at a budget hearing for the PBS, the public broadcasting station, for their budget for the actual like station or that channel, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm not a TV guru, but basically the item of discussion was whether or not they should continue funding public television. And so Mr. Rogers went to it and spoke on his show's behalf about why he does the show and why they need the funding and why it's important and how he, makes all of the content for his show. Look, here's another one of these jelly deposits on these trees. They look crazy. Cray cray. But, oh my god, I got a jelly magnet. I haven't got one of these before. What does this do? Find more jelly from deposits for 30 minutes. I think I'll use that once I get back from my dungeon, because I don't want to go into my dungeon right as soon as I use it. But yeah, so Mr. Rogers went to the hearing, and he described what his program does for children and how it teaches them to handle their emotions in a healthy way. And it was a really moving video clip. I won't even try to tell you what he says because I won't do it justice and I'll just ruin it for you. But if you have a moment to look it up, like on YouTube or something, find it because it's really good. And it just really speaks to his character of how awesome of a guy he is. Or was, rather. Oh, man. But it's so nice that we have people like that in our society that really just want to help other people. I think that's so awesome. It's so awesome that we have these people that have such a great passion for other people. I think that's very rare to find, especially these days. So I always admire people who put others before them, above them, or, just want to help other people. Alright, so let's see. Oh, man. It's only like 9 o'clock. I'm already yawning. What are we doing? My cat is meowing at me. He wants attention. Where are you, monkey? Come here. I really need to get like a cam so that I can show you guys my cute little kitties. They're black and white tuxedo kitties and they're freaking adorable. They are super sweet cats and they just want love all the time. I swear they're like dogs instead of cats. They're just so sweet. They cuddle on me all the time and they'll come up and meow at me if they're not getting enough attention or they want pets or, just something. It's pretty adorable. And excuse me. I didn't used to be a cat person. Like growing up, we had tons of animals. Like my dad was an animal lover, and so we actually had rabbits in our backyard. I don't even know how it started. Like, I don't even know. Probably before I was born, but my dad had rabbits, and I guess he put them in the backyard, and we had a couple sheds in our backyard, so they burrowed underneath the sheds, and that's where they made their homes. And so at one point we had probably 50 rabbits in our backyard, and we had trained them, and they were just pets. Like, we weren't growing them for meat, or we weren't breeding them for anything other than just like pets. And I know that sounds really weird, but I had a very odd childhood. And so my dad had trained these rabbits to come to a specific whistle. And so anytime he would whistle, they would all come out from their burrows from under these sheds in droves all at the same time. And we used to feed them vanilla wafers. God, they love those things. It's crazy. And so they'd all come out at the same time. You'd just see one rabbit after another coming out from underneath our sheds. And they would all come running towards you expecting cookies. And so it was just a crazy thing to see. And it was so cool. I had a very odd but very cool childhood. I got to experience a lot of things that I think other kids probably didn't get to. Mostly because I had weird parents. But yeah, I grew up with a ton of pets. I want that jelly, but I'm not going to try and kill those people for it. But yeah, we had ferrets, we had dogs, we had fish, turtles, birds. What else? I don't know, we had more, I just can't think of it now. We had a ton of stuff. Here we go. Almost out of my drink. I'm gonna have to go get more. Let's see, who are we with? 120, everybody's 120 this time, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, okay. Boop, boop, boop. That's the one I meant to get. Uh-oh, I pulled aggro. I wasn't really even doing anything. I'm on top of DPS again. That's not good. I'm not an amazing DPS by any means. What's happening, Richard? Boop, boop, boop. I will say, though, that this druid is not too far behind on DPS to my priest, though. But now that the new patch is out... Oh, I can collect them now. Maybe. Yeah. I was in another dungeon where I couldn't collect them, like it wouldn't let me. Maybe the game was bugging out or something. Another dungeon. It was this dungeon. Just a separate instance. Uh-oh. Oh, belly. Let the yawning begin. I need something with caffeine. No, I can't do caffeine. If I do caffeine right now, I will not fall asleep until like 5 a.m. And we don't need that. I don't need my sleep schedule to be crazy. I don't know if anybody else is super sensitive to caffeine, but like if I have a soda after like noontime, I will not fall asleep until somewhere between 3 and 4 a.m. It's crazy. I'm super sensitive to caffeine, and it seems to be mostly soda. Maybe it's just the combination of sugar and caffeine. Like, coffee will do it to me sometimes, but coffee, I think, more likely gives me a headache from caffeine more than it does, like, keep me up all night. And I don't know why that is. But it got to the point where I like drinking coffee, mostly because I'll make a latte with it. I'll just mix it with milk and some vanilla syrup or something. And so I like to make the drink, I just don't need the caffeine. Like, I'm not the kind of person that needs caffeine in order to be able to function. And so, like, when I wake up in the morning, I'm awake and I'm ready to go. What are we doing here, bro? I feel like I need to stop saying bro so much. It's probably getting annoying. But yeah, like, I didn't used to drink coffee at all until I got kind of turned on to it this year. And, kind of finally found a drink that I liked that wasn't overwhelmingly sweet, but also not overwhelmingly coffee-ish. I like coffee as long as I don't have to taste a lot of it. So, finally found a drink that I'm good with. Come on, Tanky Poo. Get it together. I'll heal myself, it's cool. I got it. That's also what I like about the druid. I do what I want. Stunned. My number one stunner. God, that's a long ass stun. 10 seconds. Get out of the way. Oh my gosh. Keep getting stunned. Cool. Constant stunning. That's cray cray. So much stunningness. What is happening? God! I don't know what that is, and if somebody needs to interrupt it, but it needs to be happening. Oh my gosh, bro. Sorry, I'm not trying to say bro a lot. I feel like I'm just stuck on it now because I'm tired of getting stunned. Put up my spark skin. Take that. Come on, man. What's happening? I just want everything to die here. I'll put Starfall on because it'll keep going if I get stunned. Yep, there we go. Come on, man. I've had enough of your nonsense. What's happening here? Yeah, man. I was told you guys had DPS. I don't know what that means. Who is that? He's a tank? I was told you guys had DPS. I don't know what that means. Nope, we gotta kill these things. Kill them! Just hit 120. Come on, man. Dude, bro. Oh, I got a belt. I lose versatility, but I get haste. Honestly, I don't even know what I need on this class, so I'm not gonna exchange it yet. God, we have 3 druids. That is so funny. That's the nice thing, is you could have a whole group of druids and it would be fine. It's not like you could have a whole group of rogues or priests. I am a little jealous that druids are so versatile. Dun dun dun. Oh. Hand is going numb. Where's this dude going? Just grabbing everything. Get it all! He is gonna grab everything. I'm dying, bro. God, I cannot stop saying it. It's like an infection. I've got a virus. Uh-oh. Target down. We gotta find somebody else. There we go. Uh-oh, pulled aggro. I didn't mean to. Yeah, this druid does do a lot of damage. A lot of DPS for the gear level that it has. Do do do. I'm a little, like, not upset, but I'm a little jealous because I feel like I worked really hard on my priest just to get her above 10k DPS. And, like, this druid, like, the first dungeon I get into, I'm doing 10k, and I'm like, oh my god, really? My poor priest. She's jelly of the deeps. I am targeted for upheaval, so we will get away from the group. Uh-oh, I got stuck by a mushroom. Uh-oh. Boop, boop, boop. I like how many druids there are in this group. It's funny. We gotta kill this dude too. This worm. Go! Actually, I wonder, like, how far... Oh, I guess that dude will kill it. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I didn't pull him. I thought I pulled that big dude for a second there. Oh, snap. Feared. Feared like a mofo. Uh-oh. Somebody is absorbing everything. There we go. There we go. Get that going on. I guess this guy's a brand new 120. That's alright. We just need to kill stuff. Ah, we pulled another one of these. How did somebody get all the way over there? Captain Krusty, what? Captain Krusty? Captain Styrie Cup? I don't know what that guy's saying. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm saying something in chat. Who keeps pulling all of these worms? I missed whoever was running over there, being a crazy person. Pulling worms that we're not ready for. It's probably the I don't know who it is. I was gonna say it's the tank, but maybe not. Maybe he is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know, man. This music in here is kind of like haunting. I'm definitely gonna have to get more to drink after this. My voice is not used to talking this much. Get him! Let's see, do my trinkets have a use? No, good, they're equipped. Sometimes I don't like having a use because then I have to actually remember to use the trinket or whatever the item is. Like, sometimes it's nice to have that, and then sometimes it's a hassle. Oops, that's not what I meant. Come on, man. Get off me. There. Where are we at? Look at all this DPS I'm doing. This craziness. I guess I do belong to a group that does raid. I just haven't really ever interacted with them or raided outside of looking for raid, and I'm kind of nervous because I don't want to look like a complete tard. I don't know what the differences are outside of looking for a raid. And I'm always afraid of looking like an idiot. I don't think I blinked once during that whole instance. My eyes, like my contacts are glued to my eyeballs after that. Goodness gracious. Alright, next. Next! Gotta keep queuing because it is a good rate right now. I think we're at 22 minutes. That's pretty low. So we gotta take advantage of it when we can. Wow, let's follow this dude. I saw him go around this way. I remember back when I was in college, I used to play until like 4 a.m. just because of all the people in my guild that were so funny, and time would just fly past and I just wouldn't even notice it. The next thing I know, I look over at the clock and it's 4 a.m. and I'm like, oh my god, I got class in 2 hours. I guess 3 hours. I don't think there were any classes that started at 6 a.m., but yeah. Uh-oh, there we go. Look at these little seals. They're cute. Well, kind of. As long as you don't look at their faces, they're cute. Oh, too far. There he is. They're cute little chunky things. Those teeth are kind of gnarly, but they're still kind of cute otherwise. Cute little seals. Or walruses. I think they look probably closer to walruses than seals. This area is so relaxing, it's making me like want to sleep. It's just so nice to not have any mobs trying to attack you while you're farming. I'm like almost a little tempted to go to my classic account and derp around on there for a little bit. I think I started a priest. I'm almost positive I started a priest. But, I was really hesitant to start one because I didn't want to basically start all over from scratch. I feel like I've put so many years of my life behind this account, and so I just wanted to continue from that. And I like a lot of the things that Blizzard has developed for the new expansions, and I think they are really convenient, and I enjoy them. But I think Classic also has some redeeming qualities, such as I think that version of WoW is a lot more social, because you have to be. You have to actually talk to people to find people to group up with to go to either instances or raids. I remember back in the day, before looking for raid and all that stuff, I remember somebody from the group would have to hearth back to somewhere like Stormwind and then find somebody else to replace anybody who left, like if you had pugs or something. And they'd have to hearth back, find somebody, and bring that person back with us. And it was a pretty big ordeal, like, to find somebody and then get there. Like, you'd be waiting probably 10-15 minutes at least just to find somebody. So everybody was like, alright, gotta find a new person. And then we'd take bio breaks and do all that stuff that we needed to do. And I guess it's not too dissimilar from looking for raid. It's just somebody had to physically go advertise and trade and find somebody to join us. And looking for raid, you can find DPS pretty quickly, but for things like heals and tanks, they're definitely a lot harder to come by. I've never played a tank. I've never once played any tank spec. And I don't know. I don't know what my hesitation is. I just really like DPS because I'm not really responsible for anything. I'm just supposed to do a lot of damage, and I can handle that for the most part. I can pretty well handle figuring out how to do damage. But like for tanks, I feel like there's so much more to the fight that you need to know. Like, you need to know where to take the boss or when to taunt and switch, bosses between tanks, and I'm just like, I don't feel like I trust myself enough to do that. I feel like there's a lot more responsibility with tanks and healers, and I'm just not ready for that level of commitment or responsibility. I don't feel like I'm adult enough for that. I have healed a few times, but it's not something that I love. I feel like I'm the kind of person, like, in a pinch when everybody's dying, I just kind of freeze up and I'm like, what do I do? And, like, my brain just doesn't want to work anymore, so I feel like under that kind of level of pressure, I just don't perform well, so healing is not for me. There are some people who are super good at it, and then there's me. I'm just good at not standing stuff or getting hit by stuff, and I'm good at hitting other things, so I feel like DPS is just where it's at for me. I'm sorry if my keyboard clacking and my mouse clicking is loud. I might get a new mouse. I do feel like it's loud. I'm sure after a while of listening to me, it's very distracting. And I don't blame you. I don't like distracting noises. But it is a nice mouse and it does fit in my hand well. The only bad thing is that it's wired and it's loud. Loud clicking. I wonder if there's something I can do to, like, make the clicking less loud. There's gotta be something. Like stuff cotton balls under there or something. Like, I have tiny hands, and so it's hard for me to find a mouse that isn't so big that I can't get my palm on it and still have my fingers be able to touch, like, the table below it. Like, literally, I look like I have children's hands. They're super tiny. And, like, my ring finger size is 5.5, which is uber small. I just have child hands. I feel like my hands stopped growing in preschool and that was it for me. They were like, nope, we're good. We don't need to grow anymore. You don't need to be able to hold anything like normal-sized people. I will say, though, I have small hands, but they're strong. Like, I played softball competitively for several years, and I was a pitcher, and that takes a lot of ball control. And being able to hold that ball, which are huge, by the way. I don't know why softballs are so massive. I feel like softballs and baseball should be reversed. Not necessarily in density, but in size. But I don't know. Maybe they made softballs larger for easier catching. I really don't know the reason behind the difference in size between a baseball and a softball for men's and women's sports. I don't understand the logic behind it. I'm gonna be farming this honey forever. I feel like it's that part in the Sandlot movie where he's like saying forever, like over and over again. This is my life right now. I'm just finding some jelly. This hive mother business. 44. I'm gonna do 5. Oh my goodness, it inches up so slowly. Wait, what just happened in general chat? What happened? What did I miss? See, look, somebody said I'm glad to see someone use the general chat. That's nice. I like to encourage people to use general chat, so I'll say I'll help if he needs it. I don't need it, but I'll help. I already did it today. But I'm a generous person. I like helping people. Is it this person? Who said it? Calafe. Calafe. I like helping people. I just think it's so rewarding. And it's so easy. Like, it's a video game and it takes me 3 minutes, so why not? I probably should at some point at least set up some kind of like bear spells so that I can help people if I ever do need to just get in bear form, like in an emergency situation. Now let's do my... Let's at least use a cooldown here and look like I'm trying. I'm totally a button smasher if you can hear my keyboard. I'm just like, keep pressing it until the cooldown's up. That's how I roll. I always thought it was interesting to see how different people set up their gaming. Like, I guess just to see how their gaming setup look like. Because a lot of people are mouse clickers and they'll use their mouse to click spells. And I feel like I just don't have the coordination with my mouse to be able to click and point and click as quickly as I need to between spells. So I like to use my keypad, my numbers, and just choose those spells as I need them. I feel like my fingers are a lot more coordinated than this mouse. But I do see a lot of people who play really well do it with a mouse. I just don't feel like that's me. Look at this druid. What's this druid doing? I want to see. Oh. I can't look at her? Why can't I look? Oh, it takes it away as soon as I select somebody else. That's horse poop. Not cool, man. I'm also not used to checking for my cooldowns up here for Druid. Like I do for my Shadow Priest. But, I don't know why I'm just not used to checking it for the Druid. What's this person doing? Okay. I also think it's interesting to see the rotations that other people use. It's just interesting to see how differently people play and how much variety there is. But I guess that's the thing I really like about WoW, is that there is so much opportunity to individualize your gaming experience. And with that, I think I am going to end this live session because I'm at a point where I need to go get something to drink, and I think my voice box could use probably a little bit of a break. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this kept you company while you were playing, or at least just gave you some form of entertainment. So hope you have a great night, great day, whatever time it is for you, and I'll catch you again another time.